Hey, my name's James Nicholson and welcome to my YouTube channel. We've got the first official house price data of 2025. We've got the January data in from Nationwide. I'm going to tell you how much house prices are up. Hint, obviously, they're up a little bit at the moment. And what are the expectations on the market? We've also got some data here about first-time buyers. We're going to talk about how much of a deposit they have and how much of their take-home pay is actually being used against mortgage payments as well. And what are the expectations going forward? We know we've got a stamp duty increase in April. Is that starting to show in the market? Are things slowing down? We'll talk about that as well. So if you're new around here and you haven't done it already, do subscribe to the channel over there and hit the bell notification. We just hit 36,000 subscribers this month, which is crazy. We want to get to 37,000 and 100,000 obviously as soon as we can. And let's get some more views on this video. How do we do that, you ask? Easy. Smash like, tick or like, do something to that like button. That helps with the YouTube algorithm and pushes it out to more people. So thanks to everyone that does that. So this is the first proper house price data. We've done house price updates in January, but the difference here was that they were December's data. This is the first official data for January. Now, this is interesting, and I always like to look at all the different sources because they will give us an indication on what's going on in the market. They often give us a little few tidbits, which they have in here as well. It's good to get various different data sources because certain lenders will lend to higher end or lower end or middle market. And we want to see what's going on in as many places as we can to get our own opinion on what's happening in the market. So this is Nationwide Building Society. And Nationwide has a lot of data because when we do our weekly roundups on the best mortgages that are out there, they are often really aggressive on residential and buy-to-let. So on residential, they have various brands. They have Nationwide, which you've heard of. They have Virgin, which they've acquired. And on buy-to-let, they have the Mortgage Works, which is often one of the cheapest lenders at the moment. So they have a good percentage of the market. Now, what are they saying? They're saying in January, house prices did increase, but only a smidge, 0.1% up, which is fine. It's not really a move here nor there, is it? Because we could all negotiate 0.1% off a property if we needed to do that. But that does show that the market isn't moving upwards or downwards at the moment. A lot of the transactions that are happening now have already been agreed, probably around the time of the stamp duty announcement in the budget. And Nationwide is saying there is a lot of activity in the market. The market is busy at the moment, and that's because a lot of people are pushing deals through in order to get them complete prior to that stamp duty increase. So it's not as big as December's. What happened in December was quite a big jump for a month, which was 0.7% up in December. So it is slowing down, but it's still moving in the right direction. Year on year, how are we looking? So on a year on year basis, house prices did quite well last year, 4.1% up. And that's purely because there was a lot of pent up demand. So in 2023, the market slowed down significantly. Remember, we had that list trust budget where interest rates went to 6.5%. There was a lot of uncertainty. Inflation was raging then at that point. And so the market had a lot of people that could or wanted to buy, but they just sat out waiting for rates to come down, waiting to see if house prices came down. And in the summer of 2024, the house price market, or the market did start to pick up again. And it picked up because mortgage rates dropped. We had the Bank of England finally cutting rates, and we had lenders cutting rates as well, even more, and that got the momentum going. And that's what we're still feeling now, that momentum is still carrying on, mostly because at this point, because like I've said, the stamp duty stuff, the increases in that. So the average house price at the moment on Nationwide's data is 268,213. So not bad. What else is going on? Well, they're saying there's a lot of first-time buyer activity at the moment. They're expecting that to drop. So a first-time buyer that has a 20% deposit, so it's a fairly chunky deposit. Not everyone has that, but a first-time buyer that has 80% loan to value, basically, they are paying 36% of their wages, their take-home wages, on their mortgage payments, which is pretty high. Salary-wise, as in how many times do you need to borrow in order to get a property? Most properties at the moment are 5 times the value of your salary at the moment. So 5 times lending people are stretched to. Now, normally, the average that it's been for a long time is 3.9. So it does show that house prices are elevated and people are stretched in order to get properties at the moment. What's also interesting is they talk in this article nationwide about 40% of first-time buyers get gifted the deposit or support with their deposit from mum and dad. 40% of people. Now, why is that interesting at the moment is there are rumours in the news this week at the moment that Rachel Reeves is just about to stop gifts. So they're going to stop gifts to, normally you can gift your children something as long as you live for 7 more years. And so people do that with large chunks of money. What they're looking to potentially do is put the inheritance tax on the moment you gift that money, even if you're still alive. Now that, what they're suggesting, it could mean that you could pay 40% tax. You give your child 100 grand of their inheritance early, and you will pay 40 grand in order to do that. Now that isn't going to go down well, and that will impact, Nationwide are saying, that could impact first-time buyers here really hard, considering 40% of them need that gifted deposit to get onto the property ladder. That's going to hit them. What will also hit them is the stamp duty. So we've got a government that says they want to build 1.5 million homes. Now, they're going to be new homes. They're going to be ones that often would be taken by a first-time buyer. But you've increased the stamp duty. The threshold has dropped from 425 to 350. That's going to increase their stamp duty by around £6,000. And if you're saying they can't necessarily get that deposit gifted from mum and dad, which 40% of people are, then that is going to have a real slowdown, and that's going to disincentivize builders to build. Builders are only going to build properties if there's buyers on the other side. If they feel that first-time buyers are out of the market because of inheritance tax and because of other taxes and stuff like that, it is going to slow down the market on first-time buyers for sure. So this is the first step, the first data that we've got. We'll have the Halifax data out later this month. We'll have the Office of National Statistics data out at some point this month as well. And so it's good to get a great insight into what's happening in the market. What Nationwide are saying is now until March, the market will stay fairly busy. That will reflect in data probably till May or June, because those house prices will be sold and then they'll be in the data the month later. And so we'll see a fairly stable market they're predicting until the summer. At that point, it's open to anyone's guess. What will happen at that stage once we've got this stamp duty increase? If the Bank of England hasn't cut rates, who knows? Let me know your thoughts, questions, observations, or opinions in the comments below. Do smash like. And what do you think about this inheritance tax raid on gifts that people get while people are still alive? I really don't like that one. But yeah, what do you think? Do comment below. Do smash like. Check out all the other content on my channel, including this video right here.